European title up for grabs in our main event. Will it be graduation night for Nathan Cleverly? Here's Ed Robinson.
Nathan Cleverly's planning to make Antonio Brancalion pay for delaying his European Championship chance.
It's been a frustrating period for me. I was prepared for this fight twice beforehand, but obviously I'm ready. I'm going to turn up on the night and take my frustration out on Brancalion.
The fight was originally scheduled for Italy. Now Cleverly has home advantage. But the delay was an inconvenience, while the maths student juggles revision for his university finals.
It's been a difficult start to the new year. I've had exams for my degree, and obviously the European title fight, training for that, it's been challenging. But when I come through these, it's going to be so rewarding.
It's Cleverly's third major title shot in the past 2 years, and a significant step towards the belt that would complete his collection.
It's a tough assignment for him. It's only his 19th fight. He's won the British and Commonwealth. If he comes through this okay, if he wins it, in a couple of fights, I think he'll be in a position where he will fight and hopefully win a world title this year.
The veteran Italian should certainly tell us more about Cleverly's long-term career prospects.
I've trained very hard, and I'm definitely here to win. There's no doubt about it.
On a 5-fight knockout streak, the Welsh 22-year-old looks to be improving all the time.
The youngster at the moment is really on a roll, and there's no stopping him.
The powers have been added to my armoury, so I'm now showing that I'm a well-rounded fighter with a lot of skills.
A stoppage here would be a serious statement of intent.
I'm looking for an early stoppage, and Brancalion has only been knocked out once in his career, but I'm looking to repeat that and obviously finish Brancalion in style.
It's been a rapid rise, hasn't it, Johnny? 7 title fights in 16 months, some going.
Every time he's boxed, he's improved in some part of his fight. I love everything about him, his instinct, his attitude, his brain, how he can switch a fight around, and his confidence.
Improving all the time. He seems to have got more power as he's matured. Showed this against Courtney Fry.
Yeah, he's getting more power and more confidence. He still makes a few mistakes, and he's not the finished article yet, but he's getting his punches on target. He's landing them with power. And, he takes a shot as well.
What's the cat-like instinct? He drops it to the body over the top. And once he's got that timing, once he's got that distance, he sees the shot coming. He doesn't like Courtney Fry, who's an awkward customer to open up off the hook.
Seems to have taken it all in his stride, everything that's going on in his life.
Yeah, he has. He's obviously very together, educated kid, but there's a little danger that they're not pushing him too far too soon. And he's going in with a good fighter tonight, and I'm a little bit worried that it might just be rushing it too much.
Yeah, Antonio Brancalion is a real step up for him, isn't it?
It is a step up for him, but this is the time where can he walk the walk? Can he now tell us what we think he's good at, and that is boxing and figuring out an awkward opponent in front of him?
Is the timing just right for Nathan Cleverly? Let's find out. Our MC is Mark Burdis.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome into the ring from Rovigo, Italy, Antonio Brancalion.
Well, you've got to respect this fellow, Brancalion. This is his third bid for the European Championship, so he's operated at this level before. Nathan Cleverly hasn't. It is a step up, but he's 34 now, and you have to say those 2 previous bids for the title, he didn't win them. But I think, to be honest with you, it might be a little stiffer than Nathan Cleverly thinks. We'll see.
Well, he's lost the fights that would have moved him on to the higher level, the world title level. He's only been stopped once, and that was by a future world champion. He was stopped in 1 round. Unfortunately, that was his last fight, so it's not the ideal preparation. He hasn't been too busy over the last couple of years, but he's proven himself at European level that he's worthy of the crack. So he's as good a fighter as Nathan Cleverly has met so far, probably better than any he's met. So this could turn out to be a tough one for Nathan.
Rangy and smooth, Brancalion. Meanwhile, backstage, Nathan Cleverly getting the big build-up here at the famous Wembley Arena, on his way to the ring for his biggest fight yet.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome into the ring from the Cefn Forest in Wales, Nathan Cleverly. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wembley Arena. Frank Warren, in association with FrankWarren.TV and sponsored by Queensberry Boxing, is proud to present 12 3-minute rounds for the vacant light heavyweight championship of Europe, live and exclusive here on Sky Sports HD. Your officials are appointed by the European Boxing Union and the British Boxing Board of Control. And your 3 scoring judges at ringside are Mr. Rajko Djajic of Serbia, Mr. Manuel Marichala from the Basque Country, and from Belgium, Mr. Roger Tilleman. Your British Boxing Board of Control steward in charge is Mr. Phil Lundgren of London, and your EBU supervisor is Mr. Bob Logist of Belgium. When the action begins, your referee in charge is Mr. Jean-Louis Lalonde of Paris, France. Your timekeeper at the bell is Mr. Mick McCann. And now to introduce the contestants. Firstly, from Rovigo in Italy, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the gold shorts, weighing in 12 stone, 6 pounds, 12 ounces. With a record of 32 wins, 7 losses and 2 draws, with 8 of those wins coming by knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting and introducing the former European champion, please welcome Antonio Brancalion. And across the ring, his opponent this evening, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black and yellow shorts, weighing in 12 stone, 6 pounds, 8 ounces. He's regarded by many as the most exciting young fighter in the light heavyweight division anywhere in the world. He has already been crowned British and Commonwealth champion, and now aims to add the European title to his name in just his 19th professional contest. He is currently undefeated in 18 fights, with 8 by knockout. Please welcome, from the Cefn Forest, Wales, the British and Commonwealth light heavyweight champion, Nathan Cleverly. Ladies and gentlemen, your referee will now give his final instructions to both boxers.
Vous avez eu les recommandations d'usage, la tête, les ceintures. Good luck. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, 12 3-minute rounds to decide the vacant European light heavyweight championship.
Who knows maths? I'm not sure he understood the French, Nathan Cleverly, but got the general idea. His last 5 wins have come inside schedule. 5 straight knockouts. It's his 7th title fight in the last 16 months. Cleverly in the black trunks here and looking for a fast start. In his last European title bid, Brancalion was knocked out in a round by Jürgen Bremer, who's now become the WBO champion. And he won't want that kind of fate again, but Cleverly's all business and very, very confident at this stage of his career. Everything's been going his way over the last couple of years.
And that's maybe just the one little doubt, the fact, Dean, that everything has been going his own way. I mean, Courtney Fry posed him a few problems which he dealt with eventually, but he had to struggle to get into command with that one. So this could be another fight where maybe he's going to have to come up with something a little bit better than he's been asked to come up with, because Brancalion is experienced.
He is 34 now, very upright, isn't he? Chin a bit high, Brancalion. Cleverly, fast hands. Watch him with the uppercuts. He's very good with that particular shot. Very unlucky not to be voted Young Boxer of the Year, Cleverly, but Carl Brook, another key contender for that 1-by-1 vote in the voting for that prestigious award.
He's getting the right hand home a couple of times cleverly, but Brancalion has taken it without any problems. I think the one stoppage against Jürgen Bremer, it was probably caught cold and just never recovered from it. It was on the floor several times, but it has the name of being a tough nut, so you wouldn't expect him to fold.
Body shots from Cleverly. He really announced himself as a serious operator by beating the very tough Tony Oki a few fights back, and that's when we really started to sit up and take notice and think, well, this fella might be something, and nothing that's happened since has dissuaded anybody from that view. He caught a left hook, a couple of them, good shots from Brancalion, and a right hand, got something back there cleverly as he tried to open up.
Yep, again, Brancalion's taking the punches but coming back with them, and he has the look of a man who's here to win a title, not just to round off a career. So he looks ambitious, he's trying to come forward, he's trying to push cleverly back, and his own movement pretty sharp.
This fella should know all the ropes, shouldn't he? After 41 fights, a couple of good left hands there from Cleverly, who's typically busy, but Brancalion, we've seen already, is no mug. Bit of blood already from the Italian's nose.
You know, a couple of jabs have landed, a couple of nice little sharp right hands from Cleverly, the better punching in the opening round. He's looking very quick. But I think he's come to realise that he's not just facing a tourist tonight. Good opening round.
Right, step in left.
This is the Nathan Cleverly corner. He's 23 in 4 days' time. Cleverly, this could be an early birthday present.
Yeah, good start from Cleverly. But impressive the way Brancalion tried to answer everything that was thrown at him. I mean, he took a good shot there, but was still able to come back with his own. Stubborn.
Second round, Cleverly in the black trunks, trained a la Calzaghe by his father, Vince.
Good solid looking jab from the visitor too there. And again.
He's determined to not let Cleverly become the boss. I'm sure his camp have been watching tapes, working on a strategy for this fight. This time he wants that European crown, having been denied twice before. Oh, good left hands, twice over from Nathan Cleverly.
He's still being caught as he comes forward. Certainly not having things his own way in the early stages.
Believe it or not, this is only the 19th pro fight of Cleverly's career. He's achieved a lot already. It's a good point Glenn McCrory made, I thought, in the studio just beforehand about it's coming a long way. Is it too far, too soon? Might not be, but it's a question worth asking, isn't it?
I think the time is right to step him up because, I mean, he was really dominating at the level he was at, so there was no point keeping him there any longer. And the defeat, you know, wouldn't be a disaster. Good work from Cleverly, but still Brancalion clipping him with some nice looking counters.
Good body shots there from Cleverly. He's got a good boxing brain. He tends to find a way to win. He had a few problems last time against Courtney Fry, but in the end the finish was decisive. Stopped him in 8 rounds, the former amateur star. Good right hand again, just starting to land a few more here and drive Brancalion back.
Just looks like the one who's prepared to dig in that little bit deeper at the moment. Cleverly is having to work really hard here.
He's strong and eager, this young Welshman. What a thought to believe he could become one day as big as Calzaghe, not only in Wales but further afield. It's a way to go before reaching that kind of stardom. But this is definitely a step on the way. These European titles are very handy to have. They're good earners as well.
Well, we thought, or if we thought a slow 34-year-old was coming over, we were wrong about that. Very lively, good shot from Cleverly. As Brancalion looking very lively.
Cleverly's marauding forward, isn't he? Never giving his opponent a moment's rest. His round.
Okay, all right, kid. Come on.
And listen, keep your hands up when you come out, okay?
Welcome back to the Wembley Arena.
Don't drop your hands when you come out.
Vacant European title on the line here at light heavyweight. Nathan Cleverly on the far side there. Probably winning the first two, Jim?
Yeah, I haven't winning the first two, but having to work very, very hard to do that. This is shaping up as a real test for him.
Cleverly in the black trunks, despite being a bright boy, passing lots of exams and being at university, came from a rough area, was in a lot of street fights as a kid before finding his way to the boxing gym and turning it all legit. Good jabbing from the young Welshman. He'll look to drive the fight and ambition out of the older man from Italy.
Brancalion knows how to manoeuvre an opponent where he wants him. He's trying to manoeuvre Cleverly back to the ropes here. So Cleverly wants to meet him head on when he does that.
Just out of range with his jab a little. He tried that big right hand. That whistled past the end of the chin of the Italian. Digging in the left hand to the body as well. I remember Cleverly telling me a few fights back that his power was underrated, and I kind of took a pretty cynical view looking at his record at that time, thinking, well, they all say that, but he keeps on stopping people lately. You do well to stop this fella.
Not too many clean punches landed in this round. Two cagey performers. Plenty of punches being thrown. They're both boxing defensively well.
And just a bit more ragged in this round. That's a smooth right hand. That came Brancalion. He just shook his head at Cleverly as if to say, yeah, no, that was a good shot and you might have thought you caught me, but it didn't hurt. I'm okay. It's part of the psychology that goes on between fighters. Of course, the best thing to do is nothing. Right hand.
But again, Brancalion takes a decent punch, but he's still able to fire back his own. I mean, that one-round knockout just must have been a blip. That's another good right hand from Cleverly, but again, he manages to walk through it.
He walked onto that a little bit, didn't he, that one? It just has a habit of wearing you down, Cleverly, in the end. He's so young, fresh and strong, and with good talent. Another cracking right hand. He picked that one well.
Well, in the round that was difficult to score, I thought he just drew ahead in the last half minute or so.
And over the top, okay?
Well, Nathan Cleverly really dangerous with the right hand in that last round.
Yep, landing some lovely punches, but look at that one. I mean, that's as strong a punch as he's liable to throw. And Brancalion takes it and then sets up the punch to throw back again, so he's tough enough. Look at that. I mean, that was a beautiful shot, but he's looking to come back with a counter.
Fourth round for the European light heavyweight crown. Joe Calzaghe, of course, from Wales, and this fella looking to fly the flag in British boxing as well for the Principality. Now the right hand, a great left hook as well. That shook him a little bit there, Brancalion. Legs stiffened after that one landed, I fancy.
Now that's the first time we've seen him really shaken by a punch. That really steadied him. Beautiful left. There's another one.
Heavy shot. Sent the sweat spring. Another one. The legs stiffened again. Cleverly here is getting to this Italian. And these right hands are real boomers.
And Brancalion doesn't tighten his defence when he takes the first one. You think with the experience he has, he would have tightened up, the chin would have come down, but it didn't. He just left it hanging up there for the second and third. There's another.
He's holding his left glove low all the time, Brancalion, so the right hand, he's open for that shot, and Cleverly throws it fast. He's seen that, and he's exploiting it.
Brancalion having a look over to the corner there as they were in the clinch. Maybe he realises he's losing the plot a little bit at the moment.
Brancalion did lose on points to Joe Calzaghe victim Mario Fight. Calzaghe beat him in a round in one of the two meetings they had.
Cleverly's going to have to be careful. He's been warned about punching on the break before. When the referee calls break, he doesn't step back. He just waits and then throws the punch. He's going to have to be careful of that.
Maybe the referee's saying it in French and he doesn't get it. Instructions were in French, weren't they, pre-fight? But he shouldn't. No, he shouldn't. And being a little trite.
Well, Cleverly looking good there, but he's just taking a good solid right hand.
It's a decent shot that from Brancalion, but he's only got 8 knockouts in his 41 fights, Brancalion. That's not the record of a concussive puncher, is it?
No, but he certainly proved he's tough enough and strong enough. I mean, his chin's been tested several times tonight. There it is again.
Whoa.
That's a beautiful punch.
He's landed that right hand numerous times, and on several occasions it has travelled right down to the soles of the boxing boots of Antonio Brancalion.
Cleverly has landed some tremendous punches in this round. Don't think he could land any cleaner or any stronger.
Right crosses, and another one. This time he's down. Heavy punishment, and Brancalion this time sags against the ropes, gets up, has to take a mandatory 8. Lot of hefty shots. Is Cleverly on the brink here in round 4.
The bell sounded, the referee didn't hear the bell.
Neither did I, to be honest with you, amid all that.
Yeah, but just as he was hitting the floor, the bell sounded.
That's a 10-8 round for Cleverly. Looks to have too much power for this fella.
Well, Brancalion doesn't have the defences required at this level. Maybe that's why he's failed in the past. Beautiful punches. You can't keep taking those punches as cleanly as that. But when he takes one punch, his defences don't tighten. His chin goes even higher, and he takes the next one. The bell sounded just as he hit the floor there.
Listen to your dad. Use your
Look at
boxing
that in the 4th round, a 52% success rate for Cleverly, which is phenomenal. It might not sound it if you're watching for the first time, but believe me, that is very, very high, and they were very hefty punches. Looking good again here, isn't he, Cleverly?
Yeah, he's looking confident. A couple of times at the end of the rounds, I didn't think he looked all that happy, but he must be happy now.
Yeah, the corner seemed a little worried about him, didn't they?
Yeah, they kept asking him.
They kept saying, what's wrong? Anything wrong? He said, no.
Yeah, he didn't look all that happy. Maybe things weren't flowing as he would have liked. There's that right hand again. He can't seem to miss with it.
Needs to get that glove up, Brancalion. Otherwise, I think it's curtains for him in this fight.
Well, he's 34 years old now, and if that's the extent of his defence, I don't think we can expect it to improve now.
This is ingrained, isn't it, as a habit. It's a DNA, the style. Another one. 2 right hands. And I think Cleverly fancies here that he can take this fellow out of there and grab the European title.
Well, any doubts? Is he ready at this level? Because Brancalion is a good, solid fighter. And he's been taken apart.
It's stopped. It's over. Nathan Cleverly, British champion, Commonwealth champion, now European champion. Next stop the world, maybe, in the next year or so.
Well, if you're going to win a title, that's exactly the manner in which you want to win it. He dominated, an excellent fighter. Brancalion showed in the first few rounds that he knew exactly what was required tonight. He came here to win, he came here fancying he was going to win. A couple of little tricky moments for Cleverly along the way, but what a tremendous performance, and the accuracy and the power in his punches. So any doubts that he can punch at the top level, well, they've been wiped out tonight. Tremendous performance.
His 6th consecutive knockout win, Cleverly. only 22, and I think now the news about him will be seeping over to the other side of the Atlantic as well, because that was a really eye-catching performance. The top guys in the world are still Bernard Hopkins, Chad Dawson, Antonio Tarver, Glenn Johnson, who's recently had a good win. Now this fellow, I think, is really knocking on the door of the top 10 now.
Yeah, but he has the youth, the sharpness, you know, and the enthusiasm. I mean, Brancalion was taking these punches earlier on in the earlier rounds, but you can't continue to do that because they start the energy, and then eventually it just couldn't possibly take them any longer. And when you're taking punches as cleanly as that, you leave the referee with no option. You were beginning to see the effects of the punches in the fighter's legs. So the referee had seen enough. Possibly he could have continued, but I don't think he would have continued for much longer, and he didn't complain. And I think that's very important. A fighter who doesn't complain about the stoppage, then he knows he was getting knocked out of this fight with little chance he was going to get himself back into it again. Tremendous stuff from Cleverly.
The fight was due to be in Italy initially. It was switched to Britain. That's, of course, in Cleverly's advantage. But I tell you what, they could have held that fight in the town square in Rovigo, Italy, the hometown of Brancalion. Cleverly would still have won, and emphatically. Super show from him tonight. It really was.
Ladies and gentlemen, at 1 minute 15 seconds of round 5, your referee has stopped the contest. He deemed Antonio Brancalion was in no position to continue. The winner and the new European light heavyweight champion from the Cefn Forest in Wales, Nathan Cleverly.
The bell goes around his waist. You can see how much that meant to Nathan Cleverly, the new European light heavyweight champion. We'll be talking to him in a couple of moments' time. We'll get reaction from Johnny Nelson, from Glenn McCrory, and fellow Welshman Nicky Piper. And more action to come, including Jamie Cox, powerful, exciting fighter who's knocked out 6 of his last 7 opponents. Tonight, Nathan Cleverly simply too smart, too sharp as he stops Italy's Antonio Brancalion in 5 fabulous rounds to become European light heavyweight champion. He is ringside with Adam Smith.
Nathan Cleverly, British, Commonwealth, and now European champion in only your 19th fight. Thunderous performance. Put it into words.
I think it was more of a mature performance, to be honest, than, you know, well, my old fights, you know, I was exciting, come out fast, but this fight I decided to take my time, you know, a bit more professional this time, you know, and pick my shots, and the finish come in the 5th round, which was quite an early finish, you know, for Brancalion. He was a tough guy.
It was lively, it was fiery, but you're right, it was mature. You worked out the puzzle, and the right hands were the answer.
I think that's the next step needed in my career, you know, just a little bit more patience to move on to world level. The European title's a good platform. Sets a good foundation for me to move on to world-class level now.
Yeah, you showed the intelligence. What about the power? 6th knockout in a row now.
Oh, yeah, 6 fights, 6 knockouts. My last 6 fights. It's been astronomical, really. The progress in my power due to moving up in weight, maturity. You know, I turned pro at a young age, and just maturity and to do my training as well, along with my dad and Alan, and it's really developed now.
Your progress in your studies isn't too bad either. Passed a few exams. You got your graduation from Cardiff University maths degree in the summer. How do you fit it all in, and where do you go in the boxing world with it?
It's challenging. It can be stressful at times. You know, I had a set of exams 3 weeks ago, and I had the results for those last week. Passed them successfully. I had good marks in them, and it gave me a boost coming into the fight. And now I'm European champion to go along with my British and Commonwealth titles.
What a year, and happy birthday for Wednesday. Well done, Nathan.
Thanks to Sky Sports and Frank Warren for putting on a great show.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, 23rd birthday in just 4 days' time, and what a way to celebrate. What a performance, Johnny.
Classic performance, clever performance. The thing is, if he had the exams a few weeks ago, mentally it's timing as well. But how he figured out Brancalion in front of him and disguised that right hand, and every time he caught him with the same shot, but knew how to change the direction of the shot, but still caught him with it. Very clever.
What impressed you most about that performance, Glenn?
Well, I think it was a very mature performance, because Brancalion, you know, he wasn't washed up or anything. He came here to win. He came here looking good, looking sharp. He trained well, and it was just the way Cleverly just slowly just had a look at him, took his time, then stopped bringing the right hand in more and more.
Yeah, really picked it up in round 4.
In round 4, initially you were questioning his power. Did he have the power? But then the accuracy made up for that. Popping the jab in, he was told to start using the jab, then the right hand's chopping him over the top. 1, 2, 3 in the same spot, not leaving him alone, not leaving Brancalion time to breathe and keeping him on the back foot.
Brancalion made it a little bit easy for him, keeping his left hand so low and sticking the chin out, but he took advantage by finding the accuracy and the timing. Just as Brancalion was coming in at him or moving away at him, the big right hands would go in, and it was an excellent punch, and you know, he stopped them really well.
That's that cat-like instincts we saw him get Courtney Fry out with, you know, with that right hand. He got the eye. He knows exactly what to do, positioning his feet, creating the power. We questioned the power initially because it was constantly catching with a clean shot.
Just getting better and better every round, you know, just getting better and better, taking these opportunities when they come.
We're ticking more and more boxes with each and every fight, aren't we?
You know, he's proven that he belongs at that level. You know, so there's some good fights, some good paydays at European level before he moves to the next step.
Well, you've got to look at what's around in the world at the moment, so you can really fit Nathan Cleverly in that mix, in the mix of the world champions. He's on that fringe right now, so you can put him there.
What about timing then? Few defence of this title, how do you take it?
You know, I think so. He's obviously confident. He's on a really, really good run, but he's having an awful lot of fights. He's just got to be a little bit careful. They don't just burn him out. There's a lot going on. So good European title fights and then make the move. It's a good time, you know, as Johnny says, the division's not super strong, you know.
You got to look at his position though. He's 23 years old. What more can he do? British Commonwealth European champion,
it's boxing
like that. You can't get any better.
Well, he's following the footsteps of our own Nicky Piper, who's ringside with Adam Smith.
Yeah, he's ticking all the boxes, isn't he, Nathan Cleverly? He's down here at ringside, still covered in belts. It's a wonderful night for him and Wales.
It was a brilliant performance, absolutely fantastic. The accuracy, the power, and the work rate. I mean, if that was Nathan Cleverly taking his time and not being exciting, I'd like to see him when he gets excited, because it was terrific.
What were you most impressed about? The way that he started to utilise the jab and bring over the right hands, not panic?
No, I mean, he does work an opponent out very, very well. He's very, very good at, very intelligent kid, as we know, and he does that, and the right hand was so accurate and so fast. He takes a punch too, you know, he's not frightened of getting in there and taking a punch. He's exciting, he's marketable.
Glenn was saying they don't want to burn him out and have too much too soon. How quickly would you move him now?
Well, I think he's ready for the world title shot. He's got big exams coming up this summer. Mentally, he needs to concentrate on that, and but boxing-wise, he's ready for a world title.
Yeah, should be a big year for Nathan Cleverly. What a story, what a statement he's made tonight.
Yeah, he's just making his way past the studio, big smile on his face. Great to see, a great performance from Nathan Cleverly, another young, exciting fighter.